Do you just get a copyright notification on your YouTube video? Then you need to stop scrolling right now, because what you do next can either save your channel or completely destroy it. Most creators panic the minute they see the word copyright, but here is the truth. A copyright claim is actually different from a copyright strike. One is relatively harmless, while the other can end your YouTube career at instant. And the biggest mistake small YouTubers make is the fact that they often treat both as same. Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you what makes the difference between the copyright strike and copyright ID claim. And I'm going to tell you how you can actually remove copyright on your video without actually deleting the video from your channel. But before we get started, I am Toby by name, in case you are just seeing me for the first time. My channel is dedicated to helping with tips on how to grow on YouTube and get monetized. Obviously, I'm just getting started as a small YouTuber as well. So let's grow together. Let's get started with what makes the distinctions between copyright strike and copyright ID claim. Okay, the first one, copyright ID claim, is otherwise known as content ID claim, which is relatively harmless. Okay, so what does it mean when you get this kind of copyright? The first thing, you need to understand that copyright ID claim does not, most often than not, does not affect your monetization of your content. But in some cases, there can be a situation whereby your video will get a copyright ID claim, then it will affect monetization. But most often than not, contents that are flagged copyright ID claim, they are not restricted to being monetized. This kind of copyright is preventable. Obviously, if you have a reused content, all you have to do is to do the needful, edit the content, change the voiceover, and add some other contents to it, just to make a whole complete new idea before you actually upload on your channel. Like this, you've been able to prevent the penalty that YouTube might actually want to levy against you. Now, for the other one, which is copyright strike, this is otherwise known as content takedown, because YouTube assumed that you've actually copied another person's content, hook, line, and sinker, with no editing, with nothing, and the users most often do not grant any access to reuse. Okay, for content ID claim, it's actually permissible to reuse the content. Like I said, for copyright strike, it is 100% impossible to reuse the content. The moment you upload this kind of content on your channel, it will be flagged immediately as a copyright strike. The moment you get 3 copyright strike, your channel is bound to be suspended for a period of 90 days without being paid. So you need to understand that copyright strike is relatively harmful to you. Then you need to prevent all circumstances that can actually lead you into it. Now, this is the copyright we're going to be talking about, so which is copyright ID claim. Now, the very first thing you want to do is to go down to YouTube Studio. You either do this on your PC or your mobile. Either of the ways is possible. So you either go to studio.youtube.com or you just go to youtube.com and it will be done. Now, the first thing you want to do is that this is a video I'm going to be editing. So let's take the steps one after the other. So having landed on your YouTube, figure out where the video is. So you go to your videos from here, then to edit the exact video you are looking for that has a copyright flag. So this is the video I'm looking for. Then so I will hover on it to see what the copyright details are. So this reads copyright protected content found, but the user allows the reuse. So this is what I'm saying in essence. If you have this kind of copyright flag on your channel, it is actually, less problematic. It's something YouTube can actually wait for you. In fact, most time you don't even have to do anything because it doesn't even affect the monetization. Okay, let's take a look again. So now you can see here, meaning it is an ID claim and it doesn't affect your revenue. Can you see this? So this is what the details is saying. At this point, the issue with this content is simply because of the background music that I added. So what is the background about? It is I don't want to talk. So that's the name of the background. Then it has been identified down here. A situation whereby your revenue isn't actually affected. I think it's even logical that you leave this kind of content and you don't even bother yourself about it. But the situation whereby YouTube has already announced that your revenue is going to be affected, then you want to proceed to edit that portion of copyright so that it does not affect your monetization eventually. So this is the background music that I use on this video. So you don't have to delete the video. So all you have to do is use YouTube inbuilt editor. Okay, so just go select an action. So from this part, you have three actions to take. One, you can erase, or you replace, or you just trim out that voice, the part that is actually affected. And recall, there is a catch here. So, and what is that? If you erase the music, it's going to take away the voice as well. If you replace it, it will take away the voice. And if you trim it, it will take away the voice, the image, the visual, and the background music. At this point, you're just going to select erase in case you have your monetization, your revenue being affected. So you select erase, then so that the visual can still be retained, select erase, and you can just represent it with what? Okay, you can see this highlighted part showing the number of parts, the number of time the background music is actually featuring in this video. Then we'll have to do what? To get rid of it. So in an attempt to erase this music, we're going to mute it. So once you mute, it will get rid of the background music plus the voice. I said it the other time. So then once you do it, in case your revenue is actually affected, then YouTube will process it, and once it is done, you can have access to the full monetization of your video. At this point, we've come to the end of this video. I would really want to say, if you feel you've actually learned something new today, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video and comment. I really think it's worthy. So stay tuned for the next video.